these 9,000 new animations don't mean anything. They don't mean a god. It can't be Jamal Murray behind the back all year. It cannot be John Wall step back again all year. And I'm not comping, I'm saying this. We're going to be talking about all the NBA 2K25 news that came out today. It's interesting because on one hand, they said a whole bunch of stuff. And then on the other hand, they said a whole lot of nothing. So we got to get that completely worked out in terms of what they're saying is going on from a gameplay standpoint. We're going to go through the trailer and I'm going to go through it and I'm going to show you guys not only what they're saying, but also some of the stuff that is being said on Twitter. So we got a lot to get into, man. If you are new to the channel, I play NBA 2K. I am a casual. I enjoy playing the game. I play the game every single year. But there is a big gap that is missing, I feel like, in terms of the information that's being explained. Because a lot of people, like, when they see stuff, they don't really break it down from a standpoint of being able to help you understand what's being said, what's actually going on. And I'm trying to bridge that gap for you. So I'm going to help you out today with this video. And hopefully you get a lot of good information out of it because we got a lot to go over. So the first thing we're going to talk about is we are going to talk about the trailer. The trailer that was put out this morning. And like I said, one of the things, by the way, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the chat. One of the things that I realized is like I said, they said a whole lot and a whole lot of nothing at the same time. So when we look at the gameplay trailer, right, there's little things in the trailer. You know, they're pushing ProPLAY very, very hard again this year. I would say that, like I've said in previous videos, ProPLAY is not bad. It's all about how it's implemented, but we're going to get to the tweets a little bit later in it. So when we hit play on the trailer, I'm going to just mute this because I don't need to get a copyright strike. When we hit play on the trailer, right, all of this stuff, this doesn't mean anything to people that have been playing this game as long as I have, right? I've been playing since the first 2K. My favorite 2K ever was 2K15. I know a lot of people like 16. 16 wasn't terrible, but it wasn't the greatest ever. When we look at this trailer, right, for people that play this game all the time, we're not excited about this trailer, okay? We happy to have something, but the trailer mystique has worn off. The thing about ratings and stuff, all that is worn off. So when we hit play, we see, you know, they got new animations in. Okay, cool, whatever. One little thing that most people didn't notice, if we go back a couple frames, not to Luka, but to Kyrie. A lot of people didn't notice this little silly thing right here. That's not going to matter to gameplay. We're not going to purchase the game because now you can put arm sleeves on top of arm sleeves on top of arm sleeves. You know, we're not going to play the game for that. But that is one thing that I did notice today that I didn't see anybody talking about. The interesting thing is this, for everybody that wants to purchase 2K, 9,000 new animations. Do not be fooled, okay? Maybe they did put 9,000 new animations in. We're not talking about comp. We're talking about us as people who play this video game and just want to play a good basketball video game. How many of these goddamn animations are going to be useful? Because remember, the animations are cool. But if we don't get a game where lockdowns can run up to us and just spam X and knock the ball out, how many of these animations we're going to be using? Everybody's complaint every single year is the exact same. Oh, well, you know, it's all these animations in the game. There are a lot of animations in the game. But if lockdowns have a high steal, we just going to end up running back and forth anyway. Even if you're casual, you got to use your escapes. You want to know why? Because if you don't use your escapes, these 9,000 new animations don't mean anything. They don't mean a goddamn thing. And you got to keep that in mind when you're talking about 9,000 new animations. They said a lot of them was jump shots. Okay, cool, right? We love jump shots, but we need moves in order to be able to get open. It can't be Jamal Murray behind the back all year. It cannot be John Wall step back again all year. And I'm not comping, I'm seeing this. So 9,000 new animations, it remains to be seen. I would not buy into this until we get our hands on the game. Now, there are a couple of animations in here. I don't know if y'all caught it earlier when they played the trailer today. There are a couple of animations in here, like that big ass Jamal Murray hop back, which for some reason he getting all the love in terms of animations. But that's one of the things to be aware of. He has a nice hop back in here. They got some cancel animations that's going to help us be able to play the game and create more space this year, and hopefully we don't have to be as cheesy. So if we continue to break down the trailer, right, all of this, like if we look, right, I'm gonna go back, check this out, watch this. You see this? You see this little animation that he's doing here? All of this is cool. All of this is cool, right? But this is not going to get you open. This is not going to get you a shot. When people get locked into this game this year, all of these little movements are not going to get you into a shot. You know what's going to get you into a shot? This right here. Because in 2K, when you're playing online, everybody that's in my career, whether they're in the park or whether they're in a wreck, they all hug it up to try to get up on you when you're playing. So all of these little tiny jewel moves and stuff that look cool and stuff like that, that don't mean nothing until we get our hands on the game. We all know this. This is not a surprise. This is not new information. This is stuff that if you've been playing 2K for forever, this is why you don't get excited over the trailer. Kyrie got some new shoes. I mean, cool, whatever it is. But this is stuff that we don't get excited about. Even this, I can't be excited about this. Now, what I can be excited about is what they're saying here. Hopefully, it is as advertised. Precise stops, explosive launches. Everybody that plays this game, we know if we're going to have fun, we got to be able to burst out of our moves, right? And we got to be able to stop on a dime. If we're not doing that, then the game's not going to be fun. If you notice this year, speed with ball was one of those attributes where we eventually found out that we didn't necessarily need it as much as we thought we needed it. And that's kind of messed up. So with precise stops and explosive launches, hopefully the entirety of what's happening in terms of how the game is going to be played this year, hopefully we're getting a game where it's not just one dribble styling in for everybody. Everybody use Pro in 2K24. We don't want that no more. That's going to be boring. Okay? Authentic signature movement remains to be seen. It depends on how the defense is. It depends on how the steals are. If the steals are jacked up, it doesn't matter what authentic signature movement is in the game. We know this, okay? This is why you don't get hyped up over things like this. Dynamically generated motions. What that tells me is that in terms of dribbling, in terms of your dribbling styles, I feel like what they're saying in that moment is there's not going to be a direct way to say, hey, every time you launch, you're going to get the exact same animation. Maybe there's going to be a bunch more animations within a dribble style. That is important. If you play this game, if you play guard like I do, that's important. Because now your dribble style is even more important than it was in 2K24 or in 2K23. Michael Jordan ruled 2K23, Pro ruled 2K24. So we need dribble styles in order for us to be able to move in a way that's good. But with dynamically generated motions, that might mean sometimes you'll launch and you'll get a great launch, and other times you might launch and you get a not so great launch. I don't understand why that's in the game. That's not helping to create more fun for people, but hey, we'll see. But I'm telling you right now, you got to read between the lines when you looking at this stuff. These dunks and stuff, we don't get excited about that. This right here, this shit gonna get swatted. So yeah, you'll probably be able to pull it off in the first couple of weeks or whatever it is, but that shit gonna get swatted. Okay. These moves, like, so for instance, this is the hot pack that I was talking about. This is it. Look how much goddamn space he creates. Look at this. Okay. Play. This Tyrese Halliburton thing, this all depends on how much space is being created. We can't see from here. This is a bad angle. In this angle, he's getting a ton of space. But we don't know 100% without a shadow of a doubt how much space this is going to create. My thing is for 2K, we got to stop letting 2K rely on stun animations in order for us to be able to have a good time playing the game. Stuns are, to me, are a terrible idea for the game. It's a bailout. Give me the ankle breaker. Don't give me some random stun when I'm doing a dribble move just because. Because now I don't know how to chain my dribble moves together in order to get a certain result. So the stun thing I've never liked. I like ankle breakers instead. If I'm not going to get an ankle breaker, just give me regular motion. Keep that in mind before you make your build this year. Understand these elements. Don't just make a build and waste $100 and think, oh, well, 9,000 new animations. You don't know what's going to work yet. But this next animation here, if we hit play, look at this large ass hotback. This might be one of the best hotbacks in the game. Look how much goddamn space there is here. That's a lot of space. That's a big hop. Okay? So this is what you want to look out for when you're making your build. You want to be able to pick animations that allow you to be able to create space. All that stuff, advanced pro stick shooting mechanic. Okay. Signature go-to shots. The signature go-to shots things remains to be seen, but the advanced pro stick mechanic that they're talking about is called, what is it called? Somebody help me out in the chat. I'm gonna just click over real quick and look at it. It is called, what's the name of this damn thing? Shot, not signature. Shot timer profiles. We'll go get into that. Custom visual cues. Pro stick rhythm shooting. Pro stick rhythm shooting is shot aiming. That's all it is. It is shot aiming from 2K21. It is renamed. Do not be fooled. This is not some revolutionary this or that. It is shot aiming without the shot aiming bar. That's what it is. You hold down on the right stick, and then as the player is getting ready to push up through his motion, you push up while he's going up on the right stick. That is shot aiming. It was literally the exact same thing in 2K21. It was just you had to be more precise with your pull down or whatever it is and line the bar up. This is shot aiming. It's just being reworked. So don't be fooled with these comments or whatever it is about the game. This we don't care about. This we don't care about. This we don't care about. I mean, it's a chase down block. We don't give a shit about that either. This is important because I've said it before with defense. Once again, you got to read between the lines with these trailers. These kind of things here are important for the community to get, but because there are so many people in the community that don't understand that you play defense with your body position, you do not play defense by reaching. So because you play defense with your body position, right? This is an important thing to see in the trailer. Aren't you tired of you anticipating where someone's going to go and you try to cut them off and they can still just blow right past you? Aren't you tired of that? It should be based off of whether or not I can predict what you're going to do, not based off of some stupid badge. This is important to be able to bump somebody and knock the ball out of their hand. This is important, especially for rim runners, especially for bigs who have no real skill. They just see somebody that's smaller than them and they want to stand underneath the rim and stand and dunk with the stick meter. This is important. So skill-based defensive cutoffs, that is something that you need to be concerned about, and you kind of need to be worried about too, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why you need to be worried about skill-based defensive cutoffs is because if people are getting clamped up, especially people that think that they're good at the game, if they're getting clamped up, this will be nerfed. The same thing with rhythm shooting. The new rhythm shooting mechanic. Both of those things will be nerfed. I can guarantee you. I've been playing 2K for forever. The first 2K I ever played online was 2K9. I know how this community is. I know what they like to do. I know what they don't like. If they whine and bitch enough, this will get nerfed. And that's going to be a problem because we need to play defense with position. It's the game. A lot of people that have a high steal don't know it yet. But the game will be more fun if you can play positional defense, because that means that there's actually skill in cutting someone off. And if you can cut someone off, like in this animation, and knock the ball out of their hands, that's going to make the game way more fun as opposed to running up to them and hitting steal. Because now it's like you understand a person's pattern, and it doesn't matter how many dribble moves he spams. Once he launches, if you beat him to the spot, the ball gets knocked out of his hand, or he picks the ball up. That's gonna make the game more fun. Tighter controls, that's just fluff. New motion styles, okay, new motion styles. We're gonna give him benefit of the doubt with that, but that's still remaining to be seen. Move my keyboard over here because I'm over here struggling. Yeah, these little moves here. Shoot. Hopefully they put some actual shoes in here for us to be able to wear this year, because they didn't say I had the same dry ass shoes in my career the entire time. But this kind of stuff doesn't matter. Shoot, like this doesn't matter. All of this is just fluff. Okay, great. They updated the shots. Lifelike shot accuracy and authenticity. Seamless. Dribble to shot controls. I mean, also stuff that is going to be remain to be seen, whether or not it's going to actually work. This is 2K is all about creating space. Now, I want y'all to look at this. This is important to the trailer, not this shot. This animation is slow as hell, right? I don't even know why they put this in the trailer. This sucks. This right here is a bad sign, and I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why this is a bad sign is because this little stop animation, I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna play it for you. I'm gonna go back. Wish this shit would stop lagging. So this is that same weak ass animation that was in Kevin Durant's dribble style and in Zach LaVine's dribble style this year. This is a hard stop. The reason why this is not good is because once people get their hands on the game and they figure out it's all about speed and getting from one direction to the other, whatever it is, this is not going to be good. This sorry animation, see that? That's not going to be good unless it's as fast as what it is right here. Unless it's actually this fast. Let me see. I'm gonna see how many frames they put in here, because I'm not buying it. I'm not buying this. This I'm not buying. We'll see when the game comes out, but this right here I think is gonna be a major problem. I can foresee it right now. All right. I'm gonna see if I can frame through. I'm gonna try to frame through as fast as hell. All right, I think this is the first frame, right? 1. I'm 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. See, this is getting too long. This is 40 something frames right here before he can put the ball back down again. That's not good. I know this sounds crazy, but if you play 2K and you understand 2K, that's not good. We do not need no long ass stop animation when people are running up on ball handlers, because this is not gonna work. So hats off to another ass fucking dribble style again. It might work. It might be faster, because this is a trailer and the game is not quote unquote 100% done. Maybe they will speed it up, but this is not good. Let your voice be heard on Twitter and shit like that. We're gonna get to the tweets in a little bit. This is good though. You see this? Remember that all that. Hopefully this is not goddamn pro dribble style again. Hopefully this is not that. But this is good. You see this crossover? This is good. A quick burst from one side to the other. Boom. We out of there. We don't have to sit here and wait in this long drawn out animation. Hopefully we don't have to pull down into the left again, which is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in any 2K. I don't know why. They put these things in the game and it makes it harder for people to enjoy the game. Because, we don't want people to cheese. Guys, I don't give a damn if Jesus came back and made ProPLAY. There's going to be cheese in the game. Accept it. Now, what you don't need to accept is whether or not 2K is going to patch the cheese. And also, too, cheese is an overused term in this community. That is something that I feel like people need to get more in agreement with, because cheese is super overused. Sometimes you're not good. That's the reality. We're not talking about broken animations. We're talking about when you're getting destroyed by a move that is stoppable, and then you're complaining online and then it gets patched. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about cheesy moves, and even though you do something, a person can still do it. We're not talking about stuff like that. Also, too, by the way, it is hot as hell in my house. Let me turn this thermostat down a little bit so I can get some so I don't burn up in here. All right, I'm back. So this movement here is good, but we need more of this, and we need it for taller guards. I feel like if you're below 6'8", you should have certain animations, and anybody above 6'8" should have another set of animations. We should not be getting Wembenyama with a scoop layup like a guard, like Trae Young. This is stupid. This was in 2K24 when we're talking about pro play. So once again, we gotta wait for the game to come out. But they can tell me whatever they want to tell me. I'm not falling for the okie doke in terms of this marketing gimmick stuff. This don't mean nothing to me. And it don't mean, and if you're in my stream right now, it shouldn't mean anything to you either, because you want to talk about gameplay. You want to hear more breakdowns on gameplay. This is a good animation right here. Hopefully it's fast. Defend, like, okay, we got bump animations. That's good too. This is a little post fadeaway. We're not worried about that. Better looking shots. That's fine. This little alley-oop, we ain't worried about that either. This is fluff. These little animations, these are show-off animations. These do not contribute to whether or not we're going to be able to enjoy the game the way we want to. And all of this stuff here is fluff too. I'm telling you right now, do not pre-order. If you pre-order 2K25 Hall of Fame Edition, what's good, JJ Richardson? What's good, man? If you got any questions, bro, leave them in the chat. I will definitely answer them. We talking 2K25. We breaking down everything. If you just joined, we breaking down everything in terms of the gameplay trailer, the courtside report. We're exposing all of this stuff. We talking about the truth. We're not buying the bullshit. Okay. So we're gonna go through all of the tweets that Mike Wang put out, what the community is saying, what some of the people that are in. If you're in this chat, you want to find out more about what's going on with the game. But there are some NPCs on Twitter, okay, that don't understand the 2K community, and they don't understand 2K. So it's like little things that they're saying that don't make sense. But if you pre-order 2K25 Hall of Fame Edition, consider yourself permanently blocked. I'm gonna tell you why. Do not give this company your money for a Hall of Fame edition of a game that's not worth it. Only reason why you should get Hall of Fame edition of 2K is if you want the league pass. That's it. Other than that, do not buy it. It is not worth it. First of all, for $150, yeah, because I could do armband on top of armband for the pre-order. Yo, what's up, Sock? Yeah, the armband on top of armband. Don't nobody give a shit about that. Do not pre-order Hall of Fame edition. I will block you. I promise you I will block you. I love everybody in the chat. I will block you if you pre-order that bullshit $150. Do not waste your money. Take your money, buy yourself a pizza, get yourself a smoothie, whatever it is you like to do. I don't give a damn what you're going to do with the money. Do anything with it. Shove it up your ass if you have to, but do not spend this money on $150 worth of a game that's not worth what they given in a pre-order. For $150, you should have 250K VC minimum. A 250K, enough to be able to make a my player. They're not giving that out, so there's no point in being able to put your money into that, man. It's a waste of time. Get the $70 edition. Wait and make them wait until the day before you pre-order this shit. Do not do this right now. It's a bad idea. That's the gameplay trailer. We got the Twitch stuff to look at too, or whatever it is, and the courtside report. So I think we should go to the courtside report first. And I want to put it in, but I don't know if they got like copyrighted music in here. And I guess I'm not going to let Mike Wang screw me over like that. We're going to the courtside report right here. We're going to this portion of it. We're going to start at the top. Once again, like I said, if you got anything that you want to say about the game or about anything that I'm saying about the game, you know, holler at me in the chat. But we telling the truth around here, folks. We're not sitting up here sugarcoating it. Are we going to play 2K yet? Yes, we are. But are we going to pre-order a $150 edition worth of the game when they don't offer us 250K VC? We're not. That's bullshit. Buy the game at base price. Buy your VC for $100. Do not let them screw us over anymore than what they're doing. All right, gameplay powered by ProPLAY. Once again, I don't think ProPLAY is bad. I just think that 2K has a vision of what ProPLAY should be, and ProPLAY is not useful in 2K24. Hopefully, it will be useful in 2K25 to the point where all of the animations will matter. The reason why it's not useful in 2K24 is because lockdowns are fucking OP. That steel shit gotta go. So learn more about added gameplay enhancements, including new ProPLAY animations. We cut through the bullshit over here, okay? So we're not gonna read all of this because we ain't got time for that. We just trying to get to the important points. New gameplay innovations. It's about personalization, customization, and accessibility. Once again, this personalization right here, customization and accessibility. So read between the lines. Personalization. Personalization does not matter if lockdowns can spam steal. It doesn't mean anything. They're probably talking about clothing or something like that here, because the armband on top of the armband shit. But so if we're talking about customization, it doesn't matter. It's going to be right back down to 2 or 3 moves again. Don't buy the 9,000 move shit. Accessibility is more so to try to make the game easier for people that don't really want to get to the skill-based thing. The builder, more than likely we're going to get a builder that's nerfed again, because once again the people whine a lot in the community. Y'all got to get active on Twitter. Don't sit and don't say anything. Even if you don't text anything on Twitter, use your likes to like things where people are criticizing the game and being real and honest about the game. Follow me on Twitter if you have to, at Air Samurai. But be honest about it. Click on the like button on things. Do not let up on them, because even for this gameplay, think about how long we waited. The pre-orders have been out for 2 months, y'all. 2 months for pre-orders. We got one funky ass gameplay trailer today. You gonna spend $150 on a company that don't give a damn? We should have had loads of gameplay trailers. First of all, if they're gonna wait this late, we should have had more gameplay trailers. Now we're probably gonna have to wait till Friday of next week to hear about my career. And then we gotta wait till literally 7 days before the game come out for fuck the city. This don't make no damn sense, okay? But the builder's probably gonna be nerfed again, because that's what 2K like to do. They, instead of fixing the real issue, because the real issue is the gameplay. It's not the builder, right? If you got a 99-3, as long as I can combat you spamming dribbles and Jamal Murray around the court and stuff like that, it doesn't matter what your 3-ball is. It don't matter. Because every time you get ready to spam something, I can beat you to the spot and I can knock the ball out your hand, or I can make you pick the ball up. But if the gameplay is not fixed, they can do whatever they want to do to the builder. If the gameplay is ass, it's not going to matter. So, ProPLAY is realized, blah, blah, blah. We don't care about that. 9,000 new ProPLAY animations. 1,500 dribbling animations. What does that mean? Is it going to be 1,500 dribbling animations and 3 useful ones? I'm not buying this stuff. You can't keep tricking me with the same thing every year. We're not falling for it, okay? But one thing that is super important that I want people in the chat to realize right now, guys, there is a major upgrade to this game this year that if you were not on Twitter and you don't play 2K religiously, you didn't notice it. They increased the floor spacing. Now, what this does is this makes the game way better. You want to know why? Because it makes it harder for lockdowns to be in the paint, which has been happening for years. They can be in the paint guarding someone, and then the minute that the ball gets swung, especially if you play in the rec or even in the park, the minute that the ball gets swung, they're running like hell from the paint all the way to the 3-point line, and they're getting a clean contest. That cannot be. Even if you're not like really skilled at the game, you do not want a video game where the spacing is like that, because it makes the game not fun. You need more spacing in order to be able to operate. So now when you do a dribble move, once you beat your man, the lockdown that's in the paint, he has a decision to make. Am I going to come up and get the ball? Or am I going to go out and get the drive and kick? I can't do both. I don't know how many people in here have played basketball in real life. You cannot guard the paint and the three. It is extremely hard. You have to be like a one-of-a-kind athlete to be able to do that. And the way the builders should be set up, it should be reserved for people that have the athleticism to be able to do that, but not all the other skills. There should not be a build with a 90-something steal and a 3-ball in the 80s. I'm going to say that again. There should not be a build with a 90-something steal and a 3-ball in the 80s. That's a bad idea, and I'm going to tell you why. Because now you've got, there's no penalty for having high steal. Okay, if you're going to have high steal, you're going to have it. But you cannot have high steal and then be shooting from all over the floor like you the greatest shooter of all time. We got to lower it so that way if you are shooting like the greatest shooter of all time, you've earned it. So if you got a 75 3-ball max and you got a 91 steal, okay, and you cashing out, you are that boy. You are that boy. If that's not the way the game is, then it's going to be unbalanced again. You're not going to have fun. We can't keep having these warp animation steals. We can't keep having people with these big dumbass afros or these big ass mohawks running around snatching the ball out the air. They're not even looking. They're just doing this, just snatching the damn ball out the air. We can't keep having that year after year. We pay too much money for this game. 1,100 signature shot animations covering most roster players. We don't care about that. 1,300 new off-ball animations, including 150 new signature motion styles. Motion styles were not accurately explained in 2K24. Hopefully, they matter this year. Because I don't know if y'all knew this, but in 2K24, it was like the Drew Eubanks was the best motion style. Drew Eubanks is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan? What the hell are we talking about? So, I don't know. They got to figure that part out. The dribble engine is the most amazing upgrade we've had to our gameplay engine in 15 years. This is rough. Because if I get this game and people are spinning around in circles, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be pissed. Do you think the dribbling is going to be good this time? Yes. I think that it depends. Once again, the dribbling, whether or not the dribbling is going to be good is going to depend solely on whether or not lockdowns have to play real defense or they're allowed to run around and be X-Men. Y'all remember the X-Men, right? Y'all just saw Deadpool versus Wolverine come out. There was some of the X-Men in there. Gambit, Jubilee, Elektra was played by Jennifer Garner, Storm, Mystique. X-Men. They own the X button right here. This is what they do. They be mashing X the entire time. They don't play no fucking defense. So if the X-Men return, Cyclops and Professor Xavier and all them niggas, if the X-Men return, then the game is not going to be, the dribbling is not going to be fun. Do not be fooled. This right here, this is a selling point for people that do not play the game. If you play this game, if you played last year, if you played the year before, if you've played multiple years, do not be fooled by this. The best dribbling we've had in 15 years. What the hell does that have to do with if I learn all these combos and then as soon as I get into the rec, somebody runs up on me and mashes X, just spamming it? What difference does it make? So what I said before has to be changed. The steal has to be to a place where steal is not the most important tool on defense. The most important tool on defense needs to be cutting people off. Clamps, fast feet, shit like that. That needs to be the most important tool. You should not have to. You should not be relying on steal to defend people. If you got a stupid high steal, okay, I get it. But even then, if you got y'all remember 2K20? 2K20 was not a perfect game. 2S slashing playmakers were broken, right? From a standpoint of the fact that you couldn't guard the hop step. If that was fixed the way it was supposed to be, we'd have had a better time in that game. But y'all remember 2K20? Remember how lockdowns in that game were actually like a little bit more respected because they couldn't do everything. In the park, the lockdowns had to sit in the corner. That's a good thing. You want to know why? Because now it means I know this person has high defensive stats, but if they're going to actually be able to shoot and really be able to take care of business, they got to actually be able to shoot. Problem is 2K20 had jump shot issues, shit like that, or whatever it is, and then you had two-way slashing plays, isoing at the top, and then getting to the middle, and then they contact dunking everybody. That was an issue, So we need something a little better than that. The dribbling, I mean, this is not enough to get me excited. Look at this. That's not useful. The only thing that's useful is going to be when he bursts. See this right here, these little animations? Don't get excited about that. That's not nothing for you to be looking at and be thinking, yeah, I'm about to have a good time playing 2K this year. Where are you going? When you get somebody with a 95 perimeter on you, where are you going with this shit? Nowhere. You ain't going no damn where. You gonna be in jail, or sitting on the bench with splinters in your ass, because you're not going nowhere with this. But it remains to be seen. Like I said, if they nerf the steal, and we have to play positional defense, this game will be a masterpiece. But they might nerf it. More of that stuff. Accessibility and freedom on offense for newcomers, seasoned players, and full-blown experts. This accessibility part is a little concerning. Like I said, the signature go-to shots thing, that's good because that means you can cancel out of stuff, right? So we want to be able to do that. This is gonna get swatted. So don't put this Curry layup on trying to do that bullshit. That shit gonna get swatted. Nobody in 2K that plays 2K can stay off the Y button or the X button on defense. But hopefully this year that changes. But the shot canceling feature, now, if they have to play positional basketball, shot canceling will be good for dribbling. Because that means now I can get into a move, fake like I'm going for a shot, especially if I hit it once or twice. Now I can fake like I'm going for it and burst out of it, as opposed to these slow-ass animations they have in 2K24 where you can't burst out of anything. You're basically stuck. Or you get these stun animations. That kind of shit gotta go. More tools to be creative. That's what we want. We want more tools to be creative. We do not want the same dribble animations all year long. Okay? Shot timer profiles. This is for people that can't shoot. I'm going high risk reward because I can shoot. But if you can't shoot, you're not gonna be able to use real play percentage online. Mike Wang already explained that. You should go low risk reward. So that way you can make whites and then make a higher shooting build. That'll be a good idea for you. High risk reward is going to be green or miss. He said that on Twitter, but we're going to get to his tweets in a second. Custom visual cues. This is important too if it works properly. The problem is that this may become very cheesy or may become a thing that people will be using with Zens like out the ass. And we don't want that. We do not want that. So with the custom visual cue, the way it's going to be is you're going to be in the jump shot creator and you're going to be able to pick when you want your shot to be green, which is crazy. That's crazy. Because now it's going to create a whole new element of being able to shoot and being able to time things. And I don't know if y'all saw this too as well. They said earlier, they were talking about how in the game this year, the defense in terms of being able to contest is gonna be based off of where you are at the start of the shot. So like right now, and I put out videos on it on my channel about the contest system, because in this game this year you can literally green red contest. You can green all of them that are not 100%, right? But the thing this year is now, especially with somebody like me who focuses on shooting the minute that I see your hands are down, because guard up, I don't know if people know this, but guard up is literally one of the best shooting badges in the game if you really know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, don't use guard up. You're going to make yourself feel bad about playing the game. But if you use guard up is one of the best badges because somebody can be right underneath you. If their hands are down, you shoot the ball, which in 2K24 helped ProPLAY, because in 2K24 some of the ProPLAY animations were not useful. We gotta call a spade a spade. Some of them dribble moves are not fucking useful. I use Kobe stuff all year. You ain't going no damn where with that stuff. The best you can do with Kobe stuff is freeze somebody. But even then, if they're not falling for it, what do? You got to end up doing what everybody else does, bursting out of something, running to the left and running to the right. So, this custom visual cue thing is going to be very good. This I'm willing to try out, but my issue with this is the pro stick rhythm shooting. My issue with this is this is probably going to get nerfed, like it does every year. It always gets nerfed. Once people start shooting with this and people start making red contests in people's face, this shit will get nerfed. So hopefully 2K will stick to their guns this year and stay with it, but more than likely they will not. Defense. This is an important part. Once again, this animation here, if we can get a hip ride and knock the ball out, right, that's going to be key, especially for people that like to force dunks or rim run. Another reason where this should be implemented, this should be implemented on the perimeter, where if you bump them for a certain amount of time, 2K used to be like that. In 2K, this is going way back, so if you didn't play this game, I understand. But a quick little story time. If you played 2K11 was a game where if you got a person, if you were doing the hip ride and you got them into a certain defensive animation, if you were watching what the animation was doing, there was a timing window where you could hit X and steal the ball and take off and get on a fast break. 2K has not been like that for years. I don't know why. It's very weird. The steals now seem to be more random or more based off of just if someone's dribbling, you can just knock it out of their hand. Which it used to be, you had to create contact first. And then the steal animations in 2K11, you could press up on somebody, put them into a certain part of an animation. Once you recognize the timing window, when you hit X, the ball pops out from underneath them. They go flying that way, you go flying this way, so that way you can scoop the ball up and go on an uncontested fast break. That animation is not in the game anymore. Now they got it to a point where when you do get a steal, the person that just got the ball stole can still turn around and get back on defense. And to me, that would be okay only if it was based off of what the defensive rating you had was. Like if you had an 85, I could see that. Anything below an 85, there's no way in hell when I poke the ball free from you, you're catching me on defense coming down the other end. That's bullshit. Or even if I steal the ball, now you got the goddamn center who's sitting in the paint. I'm a guard. I done stole the ball. I'm taking off to go on the fast break. The fucking center is in the paint. He's hawking me down the court. It's not how the game's supposed to be. So if they fix it this year and it's going to be playable, it's going to be better because it's going to really help people be able to shine from a I would say a skill standpoint. Yeah, we're not going to go through all this. We definitely ain't going to talk about no AI gameplay. Court spacing. We're gonna look at that on Twitter here in a second. This is gonna be good for anybody if you don't know certain things. I'm gonna be putting out tutorials too, because they don't normally in the past they have not been thoughtful about 2KU. This is just 2KU renamed, and I don't know why it look like a Sprite thing or whatever it is, but whatever. If you want to learn how to shoot contested, if they do not have contested shooting drills in here, I'm going to show you how to use contested shooting drills with your my player, so that way you can hit red shots. That's going to be clutch. Trust me. Because I think like when the game first come out, I'm going to be, oh man, I'm going to be shooting crazy. All right. Mike Wang, closing remarks and all this kind of stuff. Cool. Now, we need to get into what's been going on in the Twitter space, y'all. So Mike Wang was tweeting Cardi B. Apparently she got divorced and she having a baby all on the same day. I don't know what the fuck going on. It's some weird stuff, man. Notifications. Let's see what's going on. Mike Wang posted again, so we gotta go check out and see what he said. He was kind of quiet today on Twitter, which is not like him for the first day coming back at gameplay. It was kind of weird. This is a revamped version of shot aiming. This is what I tweeted earlier. This got 14 likes because NBA 2K Lab said how to use pro stick rhythm shooting. And once again, this is shot aiming, which I like shot aiming, but they gotta implement it better. Um, Literally probably the easiest way to play. Okay, let's check out the tweets. Um, is the court player model ratio different? We adjusted the player to court ratio in NBA 2K25 to give players more room to operate. It's improved the flow of the game and allows for certain cuts that will often get jammed up before. This means you, if it's done right, it's yet remain to be seen. Do not get too hyped, but this is a good sign. If it's done right, if you are out of position, you will pay. That's the way the game is supposed to be. You are not supposed to be in the paint. The ball gets, because you got to remember, in basketball, from a physics standpoint, even if it's a goddamn video game, which don't make no sense. There's 25 pass accuracy. I don't know what the hell they talking about. 25 pass accuracy. It don't even make any sense. But in basketball, in physics, let's not even talk physics. Let's talk fun in physics. The ball moves faster than the man. That is that's basketball 101. That's physics 101. A throw is going to move faster than someone can run. So if you're in the paint and I'm close enough to the corner and I make the pass to the corner, how the hell are you running out of the paint to get a 100% clean smothered contest? It's got to stop. And hopefully this is the year that it does stop. Literally probably the biggest news to people who play 2K consistently. NPCs don't get how game changing this is, especially cheesy locks. They do not understand. Your time has come. Your time has came. Your ass is grass, okay? But they gotta not patch it. There's a new defensive mechanic that will basically cut off offensive players and force players to pick up the ball by flicking the right stick. See, he has a confused face. The reason why he has a confused face is because hopefully it's consistent, more powerful than steals, and doesn't get patched into not being useful. This is real. This is real. We already know how this goes. When people want to spin around in circles for the entire position, they can't do it because they're getting clamped up. They're going to be on Twitter. They're going to bitch. And we're going to be right back to where we were. There's more. Man, listen. If there's, from Black Cobra, if there is as much space on them courts like it seems, I double dog dare you to play 2-3 zone. I dare you. Facts. You can play 2-3 zone, but you're not going to be able to cheat the gaps like you have in the past. Even people in the 2K League that was playing. The 2K League is canceled now. For those of you that don't know, RIP to the 2K League. Not really, but you know, it is what it is. Even people in the 2K League said it. There are dead spots in the court where if you just hit X, you're going to warp to the ball. If there was more space, you can't do that if there's enough space. And if the game is programmed properly. This is a wait and see, man. We got a lot of shit. It always sound good every year. And then a game come out and the game be fire. And then the next thing you know, people are whining and complaining that first patch come out and then we ain't got no good game no more. So another thing that was said, so with shot timing, with the shot timing thing, does that mean that casuals get to hit whites online? LMAO, I'm so confused, man. Yes, that's exactly what it seems like. I want to see where his tweet, who was he responding to? I think it's just a random post. But yeah, because of the shot profile thing, whites are coming back. I don't know why, but they're coming back. The game was better with green or miss, but once again, they got to make the game so that everybody can try to enjoy it. Some good ideas in theory, but you know 2K. This is real. These are facts. This only got 2 likes. We should be liking these things because this is real. This is a real statement. All them triple animations, only thing that matters is launches and stops. If lockdowns have crazy high steal again, the game will be 1 or 2 SIGs again. We've talked about this. This guy agrees. We're moving on. Oh, and he followed me. Well, I wonder who this is. See to believe. I've seen him before, but I don't know who this guy is. Like, I'm pretty sure he's like a 2K content something or something, whatever it is. I don't know. But yeah. Also, too, another thing, if you're still playing 2K at this time of year, guys, understand it's not even worth it to play anymore. How do you even cut NBA 2K on 2K24 on after today? If you're trying to play, like in the past, I would try to play the old 2K to prepare for the new one. You can't. With all these new, quote unquote, new animations, 9,000 animations and shit, with all these new animations, first and foremost, it's going to be impossible to play 2K24 because the game's going to feel drastically different when you play 2K25. That's number one. Then, on top of that, I said, yeah, that court spacing, man, you can't prepare for 2K25 at this point by playing 24. It's going to be a lot of whining when the game comes out. People with no pads, locks that gamble. As long as magical warp steel defense is gone, it's going to be a good year. We got to wait to get the game. But I'm explaining, I'm trying to help you understand, to read between the lines, the stuff that's being said. Do not get out here and get overhyped and then blow a tire after the first patch. You're going to feel stupid. So, you know, these are things that you want to pay attention to. Precise stops and explosive launches in the all-new dribble engine. We couldn't explode out of them. That was a real thing. Once again, the dribble styles have almost become more important than the actual dribble move, if you really think about it. Jamal Murray's cool and all, but if you have the wrong dribble style on with the Jamal Murray behind the back, you're not going anywhere. That's why everybody's using Magic Johnson and LeBron. And then they were using the, Pro or whatever it is. I use Pro. But it's so silly because I put 75 speed with ball in my build to get Zach LaVine's dribble style, and I'm getting this slow-ass, clunky-ass animation. It's not good. The trailer is showing that maybe that's going to be different, but we need to get our hands on the game first, because we can sit and speculate all we want to about what it's going to be and how it's going to be and none of that's going to matter unless we get the game and we can't launch out of our moves. If you cannot launch out of your moves, you're not going to have fun. This is not a hard concept for people to understand, but it's a hard concept for 2K to implement. They want us to hold this controller and hit down and to the right on the stick. Why? In order for me to go forward, I should be able to hit up and to the right. But once again, they focus so much on nerfing dribblers or cheesers that they take the fun away from people that just want to play the damn game. We're finna get to Mike Wayne's tweets. All right, let's go ahead and get to Mike Wang's tweaks. Michael Miguel Wang. All right. He answered something 2 hours ago. We're going to go to replies because niggas be tweeting and Mike Wang be. Baluba, how much is your three-point rating going to matter this year? Will it be the same as the past, as in you don't need a high three-point if you know your timing? The shooting model is very different this year with shot ratings playing a much larger role. You can compensate to some degree if you're really good with shot timing or rhythm shooting, but most people are going to need higher ratings this year to shoot at last year's clip. Okay, that means shooting's going to be harder. That might be a W. It don't matter to me because I can shoot with a 75.3. I've always been able to shoot with a 75.3. Or this year, 2K24 76. But if you really know how to shoot, you can shoot with that shot. It's based off of the patches, because if it's all these stupid speed ups and slowdowns, we're gonna be screwed anyway. See who's for life. We'll give a full rundown of the building and badges next week. Okay, so I guess Mike trying to tell niggas stop asking for badges and bills and shit like that. Stop asking for it. Will the building be more flexible? Something like that was kind of restricted. Yeah, I didn't necessarily like the builder in 2K24. I'm hoping that for 2K25, we get badges that stay once we earn them. That's the number one thing that we need. And we also need 2K to give us limits on our badges. So, like, once again, the best system, you have Hall of Fame, gold, silver, and bronze, and it's preset based off of what you put on your build. No more of this dynamic bullshit, and no more, oh well, I've been playing and this and this and this, so I should be able to get a gold back. No. To make the game more fun, the badges need to be preset based off of your build. So now, like for instance, I could be a great slashing shot creator or 3-level threat, but I can't chase people down because I don't have the badges to be able to get chase down artists. Can't get it. That's good, because now that means the people that can do it, they stand out on the court versus the people that can't. Same way, if you're a 3-level threat, ain't no lockdown should be shooting from no damn hash. 91 steal and a 95 3, and he's shooting from the damn hash. That's stupid. So we got to stop this. What is this? Cameron Thomas. Who cares? Lugens Dort. Why is he? They took Whistle out. That's a bad idea. I'm going to tell you why Whistle being out of the game is a bad idea. Whistle is a bad idea being out of the game. And see, this is what happens when you let quote-unquote comp people run the game. Whistle is a bad idea being out of the game, because what ends up happening is people jump and there's no penalty. They jump at the wrong time. They hit X at the wrong time. There's no penalty. With Whistle, if I have the badge on my build, I can make people pay for missed time in their jump. Now what's going to be the differentiator? You're just going to be able to jump like a jackrabbit and jump all on top of an offensive player before they go up. Let me ask y'all a question. Don't y'all hate when y'all playing 2K and you get to the basket and the help defender comes over and he jumps early and he jumps on top of you, and then you're waiting for him to come back down and you're trying to go up and he blocks the ball with his foot or some shit like that? Don't y'all hate that? Or will block it with his kneecap? It's ridiculously tiring and boring. So Whistle was supposed to combat that. When the game first came, when 2K24 first came out, Whistle was a good ass badge. When they started putting all the patches in and people started bitching and complaining, guess what? 2K24 now is not the same 2K24 we got at the beginning. You can be in the rec as a center, mistime your jump, and foul the hell out of somebody and don't get called for nothing. Now let me ask y'all a question. Why is it that I have to time my jump shot and green it, which means I have to have perfect timing on my jump shot in order to be able to hit a shot? Perfect timing. It has to be in the green window. But I don't have to time my block. This is the reason why when people are talking about comp this and comp that in 2K or whatever it is, I don't respect nothing comp from a standpoint of what they're saying about them being skilled. They all use the same cheesy dribble moves, and they do not speak up about the things in the game that don't make the game fair. They just care about flaunting the win percentage, and it doesn't mean anything. There are plenty of things in this game that are not accurate in order to be able to display who has the most skill. Like, for instance, y'all ever played with a center in the park or in the rec or even in a theater, and he got high rebound and the son of a bitch can't rebound? Y'all ever play with a guard that got high pass and he don't know when to make the pass? Y'all ever play with somebody with high dribble and he's still getting ripped? So I'm talking about. So if there's timing windows for jump shots, there have to be timing windows for blocks. That's what's fair. There have to be timing windows for steals. Don't just run up on me and just because I'm standing still and dribbling, you can just hit X. No, when are you supposed to get a steal? Shouldn't it, especially if I have certain badges like handles for days, whatever it is, shouldn't it be when I run out of stamina or run out of an adrenaline bar before you can just run up and reach? I don't give a damn what your steal rating is. That's not fun. People just spamming X, being X-Men. Goddamn Wolverine out here mashing on X button trying to get the ball out your hand. It's just ridiculous, man. He's just talking about jumpers here. I don't even know why this is important. We don't care about that. You can no longer perform jab steps when standing under the basket. You'll get pump fakes now instead. Because why? Because people are fucking cheesy. You stand underneath the basket jab stepping. What the hell? Have scoopers being retuned. Quick scoop layups got a small nerf to better balance the risk versus reward of using those types of finishes. That's a bad thing. I'm gonna tell you why. Because scoops was the only thing that was making getting to the basket useful. Now ain't nobody gonna be scooping no more. It's gonna be all stick dunks and all threes. There ain't gonna be no more damn scoops. If it works right, that's good. But the best thing about scoops, especially at the beginning of the year, is for instance, we know when we're playing 2K in the park and in the rec, people sit under the basket. That's not defense. That is not defense. Sitting under the basket is not defense. You're just waiting there. You're not active. You're not making any movements on the ball. Then you want to stand there with your goddamn hands up, and then when somebody comes down there, you just mashing Y. That's not, there's no skill in that. So scoop layups was avoiding that. Now, once I beat my man, you sitting your dumb ass under the basket, I can scoop the ball up before you can get to it. Why? Because once I beat my man, you didn't come up. You're just waiting back there to do nothing. This is the things that make the game frustrating. These are the things that make the game not fun. These are some of the reasons why when GTA 6 comes out, 2K going to be all in the comment section whining and complaining. Why'd you stop playing the game? But you'll ignore my hour-long stream while I'm explaining why people are not having fun with the game. I'm speaking for the people. I'm not speaking for me or for my own agenda. I'm speaking for the people. You cannot have, for instance, right? I'm driving to the basket. Or even if I'm at the three-point line. You cannot have somebody seeing me at the three-point line. I get open. They hit Y at the wrong time. Fall on top of me and you don't call a foul. They just mistimed their jump, but they're still in the play. This has to stop. Because now there's no understanding of anticipation. Anticipation is the only way that dribbling is going to be good. It's the only way that defense is going to be good. If you have to anticipate things. If you can just hit a button and there's no real window for it, it's not going to be fun. And from what the looks of it, it seems like in terms of the stuff that 2K is talking about this year about accessibility, it seems like we're going to get a game where you're going to be able to mistime things and still be successful. So we'll see. But on the court side report, it says you added over 9,000 animations. Could you tell us more? We've added over 9,000 new ProPLAY animations to NBA 2K25, bringing the total to 14,000. Jesus Christ. There are 1,500 dribble sequences. What is a dribble sequence? Motion sequences, 800 rebounds, 1,000 passes, 434 dunks, 550 blocks. Why are the dunks so damn low? Oh, 434 dunks that are new to NBA 2K. Okay. So this is new to NBA 2K. All right. That's still a low amount on the dunks. You got more damn blocks in here than dunks. The hell? I actually hit our... Okay. Hey, Mike, what about the dunking sound animation? It seems like we have had the same sound effects from dunking the basketball for a while now. Why is that important? I actually hit up our audio team about the squeaky rim, and they removed it. I believe they updated more dunk SFX too, but I'm not 100% certain. I know they get all the SFX from the actual venues, though. Okay. Who cares? That's a nice little, quality of life improvement, but that's not why we're here. That the net on the goal has a different animation after switch. Are there any other little attentions to detail? Why is he answering this stuff? Still working on board, making a point to add a lot more ball. What about dunks, alley-oops, and contact dunks? Anything unique for slashers like LeBron and Edwards or Devin Booker? Devin Booker is not a slasher. What is the nigga talking about? Don't be an NPC, guys. Yeah, over 500 new ProPLAY dunks, way more than we normally add in a typical year. Okay, that's good, at least. How about passing styles and animations? Are there going to be more than last year? 1,600 new passes. Okay. There are two things. Okay. Did dribble moves get any improvements? Here we go. We get into the meat and potatoes. Did dribble moves get any improvements to make them feel more fluid? We need a freestyle dribble stick so we can chain together our own moves. All the dribble animations felt too clunky last year. Closer to better, though. What does that mean? Don't know. So he said there are two things that dribble hairs are going to need to lab on. Many of the moves / combos that you pulled off last year, like the Shamgar, are no longer done by branching from a right stick move to left stick movement. All of those advanced combos have moved to the right stick, along with some new stuff. Okay? Second, dribble movement is very different. Launches, turns, stops, etc. And dribble styles can have a big effect on that field too. So once again, we're right back to dribble styles. That's what I was talking about. Might be more important than the damn dribble moves. So you guys will need to experiment because strats and techniques from past 2Ks may not work this year, and you'll discover new ways to be effective. Which is why I said there's no point in playing 2K24 in order to prepare for 25. It doesn't matter. Let me see if he responded to any more here. He probably definitely fixed the speed with ball thing. He didn't post nothing else, so I'm not finna go down there. Yes, 1,400 new ProPLAY layups, new packages for SGA, Kawhi, Maxey, Monk, Reeves, Clay, Vucevic, and Wemby. But what about the high flyers though? These guys do not get air like that. I mean, it really is. We've had to restructure our teams and tools just to process the amount of data coming through the pipeline. It's almost overwhelming, but a huge leap forward for authenticity. All right, man. You can still do right stick with the new cutoff defense. Our right stick steals going now. You can still do right stick steals by releasing intense D. With the trigger held, you'll get cutoff moves. Okay, so you got to let go of it in order to get a right stick steal. Right stick steals were actually underrated, and they actually would have been good if the ball wasn't warping to people's hands in 2K24. So that's something to look out for. New signature jump shot for Katie. Yeah, Katie got a new ProPLAY jumper too. Our shot producer JB20 went above and beyond to hook up a ton of new jumpers for NBA 2K25. That's good because Kevin Durant jumper been slow as shit for years. This also includes dribble styles too. Lots of new dribble styles. From 25 last year to 37 in NBA 2K25. More importantly, each dribble style is filled with authentic ProPLAY data. Good. So they added 12 new dribble styles. Which sucks from a certain standpoint because if you noticed in 2K24, the only damn dribble styles that was useful was the small guard dribble styles. If you was above 6'4", you couldn't go no damn where without pro. So 12 new dribble styles, I'm not too excited about that, but hopefully they will be useful. Hopefully it's not all for small guards. Last year's dribble styles might have had 4 or 5 unique animations per style, while 2K20 dribble styles have around 20 to 40 unique ProPLAY sequences from that player. The new engine is driven by at least 6 times the amount of motion data as previous 2Ks. It's crazy. 20 unique ProPLAY sequences from that player? Okay, Mike. All right, well, we're going to see. Push timing and tempo. Push timing is the point you start to move the pro stick. This is the opposite side of the original stick, though. Stick deflation to the opposite side exactly to match the point the ball releases the player's fingertips. Okay. Layup dunk timing. All the stuff he answered earlier. The shot meter looks different this year. I mean, this stuff is not gonna like this stuff is cool and all, but y'all know how it is, man. Once the game come out, it's gonna be down to what they're gonna allow and what they're not gonna allow. Um, what they're gonna patch and what they're not gonna patch. Um, Rhythm shooting is always on and optional. Okay, I mean, fine. Hopefully y'all don't patch it. And then from there, so basically he didn't really say much else after that, man. It was just like stuff about rhythm shooting and dribbling. I mean, not dribbling, rhythm shooting and like timing of stuff or whatever it is. But all of that stuff will be condensed in a much more, um, I guess, concise video in the future that I'll be dropping on my channel. But I just want to say thank y'all for coming out to this particular video, man. We are going to be posting all of the new 2K content. We're going to be telling the truth. We're going to be deep diving into things. Just like they said, ball over everything. We're going to be telling the truth. We're not going to be sitting over here like a lot of these people with knee pads on Twitter praying to 2K, thanking them for every little morsel that they get. We want to play the game. We want to have a good time in the game. When they do get in the game, we're going to say it. When they don't do so great in the game, we're going to also say that. Okay. This is about, we are consumers. I'm just like y'all. We want to play this game. We want to have a good time, and we don't want to be lied to. And we also don't want to be, we don't want them to continue to make a game that we get it and we have fun with it, and then they nerf things or they patch things that don't need to be patched, and then the game's not fun anymore. It's this vicious cycle that we go through every single year, and it's got to stop. So thank y'all for coming out to the stream, man. We got more content coming in the next coming days. Y'all be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, stay locked into the channel, man. We got stuff coming. We're gonna be talking about 2K. We're gonna be breaking down any new animations or any new Twitter information that pops up, where we can talk about all the new things that are happening. But until the next time, my stomach is growling like a mug right now. Until next time, man, y'all have a good night. And yeah, if you're listening to this in the car or on the way to work or whatever it is, share it with your friends. And let me know what y'all think in the comment section, man.